Hello everyone, happy to see you here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have a very interesting question. You can easily see this question in the middle of the screen here. So what do we have? We have 2 minus 2 times 2 minus 2. Seems pretty basic, seems pretty easy. However, many people are going to get this problem incorrect. So if you could do that without a calculator, write your solution in the comments below and then we will check our answers. Okay, so before this video, I made a quick poll and here's like a quick result. So 33% of people think that correct answer is option D we have right here. 12% of people think that option C is a correct answer. We are talking about 10%. 10% think that correct answer is option B right here. And 45% of people think that correct answer is A. So as you can see right here, our answers were split between two options. Obviously, we have option A right here. Yeah, we have option A 45%, and we have option D. We have 33%. So our answer were split between two options. Now let's consider the factors that led people to select a different answer, and why do people choose like different answers? Okay, so what makes all the difference in the world is the order we do this problem. For example, we choose order, for example, order 1, and with this order, correct answer is option A. Another part of students, another group of people choose correct another order, and they say that correct answer, correct option is B. And you know what I mean, order of operations. Right now I'm going to stop briefly, and in a few words I will explain you what does that mean, order of operation. So here's like the easiest example. So we have 2 plus 2 times 2, and what does it mean, order of operation, and why is it important to follow the order of operation? Here is our example. 2 plus 2, and we have times 2, and one group of people, to the first group of people, for example, might be saying, okay, we have addition at first from left to right, so let's start with this addition. So we have 2 plus 2 equal to 4, and we still have this multiplication, don't forget about it. So we have 4 times 2, and as a result 4 times 2 equal to 8. So this is our first way. And another group of people, so let me just erase all of this stuff, they may be thinking, okay, we have right here multiplication and addition, so maybe we need to start with multiplication. We need to do like multiplication first. So they say, okay, 2 times 2 equal to 4, and in the beginning from left side they have this 2 plus, so we have 2 plus. And as you can see right here on the first side, this is like the easiest question you've ever seen, because we have 2 plus 2 times 2, but on the left side we have 8 as a correct answer, but on the right side we have 6 as a correct answer. So what makes all the difference in the world is the order we do that problem. And right now I really hope you understand what does it mean, like order of operation. I really hope you understand that it turns into different answers. For example, this is option A, we have one answer, and this option B, we have completely different answer. And right now let's consider the factors that led people to select a different answer. So I hope you understand that order of operation is extremely important. And right now I would like to stop really briefly, like for a few seconds, I would like to stop briefly to discuss this important issue. So real quick, so there are two like most popular order of operation in the world. First one, this is PEMDAS. I'm gonna underline that right here, so PEMDAS. And another one, this is BODMAS. To be honest, this is absolutely the same thing, so don't be confused about it. It just depended on what country you live in. For example, PEMDAS we use in these countries, so we have regions and description, and BODMAS we use right here. But to be honest, this is like these are the most popular orders of operations in the world. So if you're talking about PEMDAS, 65% of people use PEMDAS, and if you're talking about BODMAS, 35% of people use BODMAS. But to be honest, the main thing, because a lot of students getting confused because of this, okay, like classification of PEMDAS and BODMAS, this is absolutely the same thing. So you can write this equal sign and you can easily be happy, because this is absolutely the same thing. It's just depending on what country you live in. For example, in PEMDAS we use parentheses as a first step. In BODMAS we use brackets, but to be honest, this is absolutely the same thing. We are talking about group and symbols like parentheses, this type of squiggly brackets, this type of brackets, so absolutely the same thing. Right here we have exponents, in BODMAS we have orders. Division, multiplication, we have absolutely the same third step right here. And in the end, addition and subtraction. So absolutely the same thing. Don't be confused about it. And I really hope you understand these order of operation part. And right now let's solve like a quick example, because I want you to understand how can we apply this order of operation. Here's like a quick example. This is not our question, yeah, this is not our question, but it helps us to understand what does it mean, order of operation, because a lot of students might be thinking, okay, in the first question, in the first part you say that PEMDAS, BODMAS, what does that mean, how can we apply it? Because you know, the practical way, this is the best way to learn something. And this is our practice question right here. You can easily see this. And right now let's try to consider how can we solve this question. operation, okay? As I said before, we are talking about order of operation, because when we have this type of numerical expression, it's really great to know about orders of operation, because we have a lot of elements. We have addition, we have right here powers, we have subtraction, multiplication, so a lot of stuff. And right now, on the right side, every time you have this numerical expression, every time you handle with this type of expression, I recommend you to draw this quick checklist on the right side. So we have our checklist. This is PEMDAS. Why are we talking about PEMDAS? Because it's like the most popular order of operation, and I'm going to use this one. So if we're talking about PEMDAS, it's like a quick checklist. So where do we get this letter? So this letter P, the first one, letter E, the second, this is the second letter, but the first letter of exponents. This stands for multiplication. So this is like a quick checklist. So each of these letters stands for something. And we have this line from the top to the bottom. So it means that on the top, we have the higher priority elements, and on the right side we have the lower priority. So right now, let's scan. What do we have? The first element is parentheses. Let's scan where do we have parentheses. Let's do it. Where do we have it? Yeah, we have parentheses right here. So this is our first step. The first step every time, like 99% of questions, we're talking about parentheses. We're talking about group and symbols, like these parentheses, this type of brackets, and this type of squiggly brackets. Okay, when we need to find it, where do we have? We have it right here. So this is our first step. So we need to evaluate expression in parentheses. So we have as a result. But I recommend you do not jump from left to right. Do this step by step. Okay, parentheses. Let's start with it. So 2 plus of the same beginning. 3 minus 1 equal to 2 to the power 2 times 3 and minus 2. Because a lot of students might be thinking, okay, I just do parentheses first, then I want to subtract something. So don't jump. Do this step by step. We have parentheses. We do this. And we can easily underline. Okay, I have parentheses. I can underline it with the yellow color. We have it. Okay, really great. So right now, let's move on to the next step. The next step is exponent. So basically, we don't have parentheses. We have it right here, so we have it, but we can actually get rid of these parentheses because we have only 2. So we can write it as 2 plus, so this is only 2, so we can write it without parentheses, without any problems. So times 3 and minus 2. So we complete this parentheses part. Right now, let's move on to the next step. The next step after parentheses, we're talking about exponents. So basically, we're talking about powers. Yeah, 2 to the power 3, sometimes 2 to the power 5, like 3 to the power 10. So we're talking about this thing which is called powers. Yeah, powers or orders in BODMAS doesn't matter. So let's find where do we have powers. So we don't have it right here at this part. We have it right here. So this is our power, and let's do this. So our next step is to evaluate expression with exponents. So I'm going to underline it with yellow color. We have it, so let's do it. So we have 2 plus 2 squared. We have 4 times 3 and minus 2. So we have exponents. After exponents, we move on to the next step. The next step is multiplication and division group. So I'm gonna connect it together with each other because we have the same group. So multiplication and division have the same priority. So we need to find where do we have multiplication, where do we have division, and we need to do it in a strict order from left side to right side. So let's scan where do we have division and multiplication. So let's do it. So here's our addition, we are not interested in this. Here's our subtraction, we are not interested in this. But right here, we have multiplication. So we're going to underline that we have multiplication. Basically, we don't have division, so I'm going to get rid of this part because I don't want you to get confused. We don't have division, so we skip this part. If you don't have something, you can easily skip it without any problems because we're talking about it's like a stair. So we don't have elements. We go to the next part. We don't have it. We go to the next part, and we just go until the end, until addition and subtraction. So in our case, multiplication before addition subtraction. So we have 2 plus 4 times 3 equal to 12 and minus 2. So this is our step. We solve this, and in the end we just go to the addition and subtraction part. Basically we have both. We have addition and subtraction, and without any problems we can easily do this. So 2 plus 12 equal to 14, and 14 minus 2 equal to 12. And here's our answer. Basically we can easily cancel these 2, but this is maybe for higher basic math. But to be honest, you don't need to cancel it. But if you want, you can easily do this. So you will have the same file, and this is our answer. Yeah. And why do we need this order of operation? Because, for example, another group of students might be thinking, okay, I don't need this order of operation. I don't know math a lot. I don't know about basic math. And then they might be thinking, okay, for example, I just split it right here. So they say, okay, I just want to do addition first because I have addition, and then I have parentheses. I just do parentheses. Then I raise this to the power 2. Okay. Then I multiply, and then I subtract. Okay, this is order. So other group of people might be thinking that this is a correct order from left to right. And if you apply this order, you can't solve this question correctly, because according to this order, you will have different answer. For example, 3, I don't know exactly, but this is not 12. But in terms of algebra, we need to solve the equation with one and only one correct answer. So we really hope you understand that correct answer is 12. You don't need to jump. You don't need to to mix all of this stuff right here, all you need is this quick checklist. So parentheses first. If you don't have it, you just move on to the next step. The next step is exponent, the next step multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. And in the end, I'm going to give you a few hints to this question, because a lot of multiple times a lot of students have this mixture like multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Okay, so if you don't have parentheses and exponents, you need to do multiplication, division first, and then you need to do addition and subtraction. So just learn this quick stuff. If you're pretty bad with the basic math, if you have problems, if you struggle with basic math concept, just learn this quick tip. Okay, multiplication, division, and then addition and subtraction. It helps you a lot in the beginning when you make like first steps right here. So multiplication, division had the higher priority, and you can easily see the proof right here, because multiplication, division have the higher position than addition and subtraction. So we really hope you understand how can we apply this order of operation. In particular, we are talking about PEMDAS. And in the end, let's solve our question, because right now we know everything about PEMDAS, and here's our question. So from the beginning, we have 2 minus 2 times 2 minus 2. And in the beginning, I hope you remember that a lot of students choose the 0. I guess this is option A. They choose 0 as a correct answer. And right now, let's try to think a little bit, why do people choose this 0? How can we get the 0 from here? And this is like the most popular mistake, because a lot of students might be thinking, okay, we have 2 minus 2 right here, and we have 2 minus 2 right here. They might be thinking, okay, 0, 0 right here, 0 times 0 equal to 0. And a lot of students, I don't remember exactly the exact percentage of this answer, but a lot of students choose this 0, and obviously this is wrong answer. As I said before, the first rule of order of operation, you don't have to jump. So in this case, you just need to forget about jump. You can jump from here and to here. Okay, so you forget about this multiplication sign, which is extremely weird. So we just forget about this 0, and let me just erase all of this stuff, because I really want to underline why the 0 is wrong answer. But a lot of students choose 0 because they prefer like an easy way solving this question. And another really important rule, like another group of students, they may be thinking, I don't remember, maybe we're talking about minus 2. I'm not pretty sure about it, but a lot of students may be thinking about minus 2. But why minus 2 is wrong? A lot of students choose the really weird order of operation. They don't care about what do we have exactly in our question, like subtraction, like multiplication, subtraction right here. They say, okay, let's go from left side to right side, and step by step. So 2 minus 2 equal to 0, and we rewrite this. We still have this expression, so times 2 and minus 2, and in the end, once more from left to right, so 0 times 2 equal to 0 and minus 2, and correct answer is minus 2. So we had this option, and a lot of people choose this option as a correct option. And right now, let's try to analyze how can we, why minus 2 is wrong answer. As I said before, we can't jump. This is the first rule, but another rule, this is like a second rule. And the most popular rule, a lot of students like do the questions from left to right, but the main thing, they don't care about what mathematical operations do we have. So we have subtraction. So basically, if you start with subtraction, you need to do this subtraction, but you do multiplication instead of subtraction, and in the end you do this subtraction. So basically, this is really weird to do this like that, because I really hope you understand why this is weird, because we just do subtraction, then multiplication right here, and then once more subtraction. So we just skip this subtraction, we just do multiplication instead, and the third step we do. So we just mix a lot of stuff right here. Okay, so let me just erase all of the stuff, and I really hope you understand why minus 2 is the wrong answer. And to be honest, this question is extremely easy question if you know this order of operation. But if you don't know this order of operation, you have a lot of problems, because as you can see right here, a lot of students, a lot of approaches. The first way, a lot of students jump from left to right. Another part of students like do subtractions first, then multiplication. So it turns into a big argument. A lot of students arguing with each other. But what do you need from here? Like 10 seconds you need to solve this question. Just remember this quick checklist. So in the beginning, in the previous step, I just show you this PEMDAS order of operation. Okay, we have it. We have this order of operation. But why this order of operation is extremely helpful in our question? Because we can easily compare like the priority. Basically, we don't have parentheses. We can easily get rid of these parentheses. We can easily get rid of these exponents. We can easily get rid of, what do we have? We don't have addition. We don't have division. So actually, we get rid of everything. We don't have parentheses. We don't have exponents. We don't have division, addition. We have only multiplication right here. So let me just underline it. We have it, and we have subtraction. And what do you need? It's just to learn this PEMDAS order of operation, or just remember this quick checklist. Just remember this six letters. Just remember it. And of course, then if you remember it, you can easily say, okay, this is parentheses, we don't have it. This is exponent, we don't have it. We don't have division, and we don't have addition. What do we have? We have multiplication and subtraction. So basically you don't need to write all this stuff right here. You don't need to write this explanation. What does this letter mean? You just need to write the 6 letters, and then you say, okay, I have M multiplication, I have S division. But basically we're talking about horizontal orientation, so we're talking about left to right. So basically on the left side we have higher priority than on the right side. Or this one, like we're talking about vertical thing on the top of this checklist, we have higher priority. On the bottom we have lower priority. So if you remember this checklist, this first interpretation, vertical, everything is great. If you remember this one, you just need to to think it from a different angle, because we're talking about left to right. And what does it mean, or what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the thing which is called higher and lower priority. It means that if elements is, like basically on this interpretation, is on the left side, it means that these elements have the higher priority than the right one. Or if you're talking about this one, these elements has the higher position than this one. So this is the first step, and this is our second step. And right now let's scan where do we have this multiplication. So we need to do everything with multiplication. We don't have parentheses, we don't have exponent, we have only multiplication. So we need to find where do we have it. We have it right here. But the main thing, we need to apply this multiplication to these both numbers, 2 and 2. Okay, so let's do it. So we have 2 minus 2 times 2 equal to 4 and minus 2. So as you can see, like 20 seconds you need to do it, but maybe a lot of students watching my videos, a lot of people who are interested in a basic math, in a basic math concept. So I just want to do this like from a roots, you know, from the beginning. So that's why I do this step by step. So I really hope you understand why PEMDAS is extremely important, why without PEMDAS you can go into different directions, and with PEMDAS 30 seconds, like not like 30, 15 seconds. If you're talking about this question, 15 seconds, multiplication has the higher position than subtraction. This is our first step, this is our second step, and basically at this part we have only subtraction. So without any problems you can easily forget about order of operations. So we have 2 minus 4 equal to minus 2, yeah, and minus 2 equal to minus 4, and basically we don't need this order of operation anymore. We just need it only for one step, to say that multiplication has the higher priority than subtraction. So we need to do multiplication first, so this is our first step, and after multiplying the thing, we can easily solve this question correctly, because we have only subtraction. So I really hope you understand it. I just want to explain you with the like basic steps, with the basic moves, with the basic explanation. I just want you to understand why 0 is wrong answer, why minus 2 is the wrong answer. But a lot of students, as I said before the video, I made a quick poll, and a lot of students choose 0 as a correct answer. We just need to forget about it. We just need to forget about this one, and minus 4 is a correct answer. And from this, as I said before, I wanna give you a quick rule, a quick hint. When you have a mixture of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, I said it before, but I want to explain you once more. So when you have a mixture of this thing, the first thing you want to do, you just need to do multiplication and division, and second, you just need to do addition and subtraction. So I really hope you understand this extremely important issue. So when you have a mixture of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, first thing multiplication, division, and second thing addition and subtraction. So but if you have parentheses or exponent, I recommend you to learn this quick checklist, which is extremely important. Of course, there are a lot of complicated stuff from here, because we can have like inner parentheses, we can have like a higher power, we can have like a complicated stuff in parentheses right here, like this expression we have in parentheses, something before, something right here. So a lot of stuff, okay? But with this step, if you practice, for example, 50 questions per week, you can easily be proud of yourself that you solved this question correctly, and then you can easily go higher and higher to learn more difficult questions. So minus 4 is the correct answer. And right now, let's go in the beginning. Let's go to the beginning. Let's say, okay, so this is our steps right here. And here's our beginning. Minus 4. Here's our option. Here's our option D. We have it right here. But as you can see, okay, we have 10%, option B, we're not interested in this, 10%. This is not the obvious one, but as I said before, a lot of students choose option A as the correct answer. A lot of students choose, like, where do we have it? We have it right here, option A. This is a blue, like 45% of students choose option A as a correct answer. And I explained it why, because a lot of students think, okay, subtraction right here, subtraction right here. So I don't want to talk about this anymore, because maybe I explain it a lot, and a lot of students might be mistaken about these steps. So as I said before, order of operation helps us. Order of operation is extremely helpful, and it helps us to, of course, to eliminate these options. In our case, we eliminate each of these options, and we can easily say that option D is the correct answer. So if you choose this option D, you can easily be proud of yourself that you solved this question absolutely correctly. But if you choose option A, I really hope you review a little bit your basic maths. I really hope this video is helpful in any way. So I really hope you understand why 0, 1, and 2 is the wrong answers, are wrong answers, and -4 is a correct answer. So it was a class for everyone, maybe a lot of students all over the world, a lot of people. It's not about students, we're talking about maybe about people, because a lot of people want to know about a correct answer. They try to solve it, but why do we record this video? Because maybe a lot of students might be thinking that 0 is a correct answer, but there is a wrong answer. And yeah, that's why I do these math classes, like relaxing classes. So right here I do not solve like integrals, like matrix, fractions, like derivatives, something like that. I just solve an easy math question. So I really hope you enjoyed with this explanation. If you do, you can easily. I'm really happy that you enjoy this type of content, and of course I really hope that this video is helpful and you solve this question absolutely correctly, because if like 99% of students choose option D as a correct answer, I can easily be happy. I really enjoy this stuff. But as you can see, according to this poll, 45% of people choose option A as a correct answer. So I think I need to do this educational content for everyone, and I really hope you enjoy it, and I really hope you write the questions in the comments below, and it's really interesting to exchange information, to discuss a little bit about it. So thank you for your time, take care of yourself, wish you all the best in your life. Also write your thoughts, try to respond in the comments below. What do you think about this question? And I really hope your answer is the same as mine. So wish you all the best in your life, take care of yourself, and have a great day. See you in the next videos.